Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 3rd, 2018. One of the top stories today, a tragedy in Brazil. Their oldest museum, the National Museum, established June 6th, 1818, burned to the ground. The majority of the contents of the museum lost. In that museum was the oldest human artifact from the Americas, plus many other things. And what I want to show you in this video is that the fire was no accident. They're saying it's a mystery how it started. It started after hours, after the museum had been closed to the public. And in case you're new here, we talk about how these terrible rituals that happen in this world that are reported so often are purposefully done, and they're done by a network of individuals. And these people have an agenda, and their agenda is to control the world. And part of the way you control the world is by destroying people's history and not letting them know the truth about their past. So this is just one more step in something that's been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And let's get into this. The people who do this, they abide by a code of letters and numbers which comes from Kabbalah. If you've ever heard of that term, the Cabal, meaning the secret political faction, it comes from Kabbalah. Kabbalah has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. And the language of the New World Order that has this agenda is English. English is spoken all across the world. I know Portuguese is the primary language in Brazil, but English also spoken there. Again, the language of the world, English. And it is the code behind English that is used every single day to execute these events in the ongoing agenda. So this happened September 2nd, a date which can be written 2/9 like 29 or 9/2 like 92. And in the most simple cipher, using the alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26th letter, Z is 26, and that cipher, museum, sums to 92. In the next most simple cipher, fire sums to 29. The difference in this cipher is you take the alphabetic order, but you use the rules of numerology. F is the 6th letter, F is 6. I is the 9th letter, I is 9. R is the 18th letter. Instead of adding 18, you take the numerology of 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. E is the 5th letter. You add it up, fire, 29. A fire at the museum on 2/9 or 9/2. Also, September 2nd, 2018, date numerology of 29 as well. 2 plus 9 plus 18, 29. And further, the date numerology also equated to 49. Another path, if you will, for calculating the date numerology is adding 2 plus 9, the day plus the month, plus the year in two parts, plus 20 plus 18, 49. 2 plus 9 plus 20 plus 18 equals 49. Look at what museum fire equals in this same alphabetic order with the rules of numerology cipher, 49. Now, I wanted to see what day the museum was established. It was established June 6th, 1818. John VI of Portugal credited with the establishment. So they just celebrated the 200-year anniversary. And if you've read the reporting about the fire, they said it was a major letdown when they just celebrated their 200th anniversary because not a single government official attended the museum. And apparently the museum's been asking for more funding from the government to, rejuvenate the building, which is getting older, 200 years old again. Quite a long time. So what jumps out about the anniversary, June 6, 2018, to the date of the fire, September 2nd, a number of things stand out, especially the 2 months and 27 days. That's a lot like the number 227, which is the 49th prime number. And again, this happened on a date with 49 numerology. Museum fire equals 49. The other thing that jumps out is the 88 days. 88 is a number that symbolizes time. If you've seen the movie Back to the Future, they time travel at 88 miles per hour and not arbitrarily. Just on the surface, 8 is an infinite loop, like how time is. But the thing about 88 is the number is 4 circles. It's essentially 4 circles is 88. And each circle has 360 degrees. 4 times 360 degrees is 1,440 degrees. And in every single day, there are 1,440 minutes. 24 hours times 60 minutes. 1,440. Notice that number begins with 144, 144. The square root of 144 is 12. 12 hours in the morning, in the evening, 12 months in the year. There's another cipher known as Jewish gematria where time and light both sum to 144. Interrelated things. In light of the 49 riddles, also in the base ciphers, national equals 49, so does September. This happens at the beginning of September. The National Museum burned to the ground. Anytime the media emphasizes phrases in headlines, words, set of words, that emphasis is where the gematria is that matters. Incalculable has gematria of 95, like the National Museum, what this museum's name was in Brazil. Incalculable loss, emphasized. Brazil's oldest and most important historical and scientific museum has been consumed by fire, and much of its archive of 20 million items is believed to have been destroyed. You remember right after the needless wars began in Iraq? That's what happened. All the museums in Iraq, right after the war started, were looted, burned, destroyed. All part of the agenda. Same things going on all across the world. You know. So they mentioned that this 12,000-year-old human that they had was named Luzia, which reminds me of Lucy, which I wrote about in my book if you haven't read it yet. But Luzia, similar name. What jumps out about the gematria of Luzia is that it sums to 66 like mankind. And again, this code of letters and numbers is biblical. Mankind made in the 26th verse of the Bible on the 6th day. Remember, God equals 26, Adam 26, 26 letters in the English alphabet. God sums to 26 in English and in Hebrew. But mankind made in the 6th day, Luzia, mankind, both 66. If you've read Revelation 13:18 about calculating the number of the beast, 666. Number of the beast has gematria of 66. So does number of a man, 66. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Again, this museum was also established on 6/6, June 6th, 200 years ago. The president of Brazil, Michael Temer, had this to say: "It was incalculable. Today is a tragic day for the museology of our country," he tweeted. 200 years of work, research, and knowledge were lost. Isn't it funny how world leaders speak through Twitter now? A bad trend. Isn't it nice to see somebody and actually speaking and hear their own words and the way they communicate it? Online communication, text communication, it's so impersonal, it's so insincere. And, you know, perhaps he doesn't want to speak about it in person because he's aware of the true ritual that's going on here. And I want to talk about what's so interesting about this man and his own birthday in light of what has happened here on this day. His upcoming birthday is later this month on a very special day to the elite. CNN, for their emphasized word, they emphasized irreparable, talking about the loss of history. Notice irreparable 75, history 75, order 75, order out of chaos 75, new world order 75, all in the base ciphers. If you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers, alphabetic order forwards, backwards, plus the rules of numerology. Teach this code to a T in the beginning of my book, Letters and Numbers, which again, you got to pick up if you haven't done so yet. It's linked in the description of every video. Now understand, the New World Order, it is the alliance of Masonic secret societies across the world. That includes Freemasonry, Rosicrucians, Knights Templar, Jesuits, Knights of Malta, and more. There's a lot of Masonic secret societies that operate in high places, have much influence over government. In the Americas, it's the Scottish Rite that is extremely powerful. Anyhow, Freemasonry, Masonry, Masonic affiliations, it's all about the pursuit of light. The pursuit of light. And think about this term Illuminati, which means illuminated, which means in the light. Freemason and Illuminati have gematria overlap in the base ciphers. Illuminati also has a value of 120, and this museum fire on the day leaving 128 days left in the year. Think about the man, the author of the Da Vinci Code, and how his books are centered around museums and Illuminati. That book, or his series of books, they hint at the truth. And, that truth that's hinted at is brought to light here by understanding this code and understand what is taking place in the world. This is why you have this terrible museum fire, this loss of history. For all of the people of the world, truly, it's not just Brazil. I mean, it might have been in Brazil, but this was history that was for all of humanity, and now it's gone. But it's not arbitrary that they did this on the day leaving 120 days left in the year. And with regards to the Illuminati, very interesting that Brazil's president's birthday is September 23rd. That is the day leaving 99 days left in the year. And the thing about 99 is the Bavarian Illuminati was established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution, a date with 99 numerology, 5 plus 1 plus 17 plus 76. It was established with 13 families. When you write out 13 as a word, it has gematria of 99. Very symbolic number to the Illuminati. The first letter in museum is M, the 13th letter. Masonry, the 13th letter, M. Every alphabet that has an M in it, that is the letter that's used to begin the word for Mason or Masonic. Every language of the world. And remember, English is their key cipher. Here in the United States, Masonic symbolism all over the dollar bill with the pyramid with the 13 layers of bricks. The National Museum, it's also referred to as the National Museum of Brazil, which has gematria of 96, like Freemason. History and Freemason also have gematria of 42. You take the divisors of 42, you add them together, they sum to 96. The word knowledge has gematria of 42 and 96. A lot of knowledge lost and the loss of the museum. With regards to this museum also housing a lot of science information, science has gematria of 58, like Freemasonry, like Secret Society, like Rosicrucian, and a whole lot more related things. And with regards to Freemasonry and this Masonic alliance, Masonic also has gematria of 29. Again, on the date with 29 numerology, where fire's 29, museum's 92. So this is the ritual. I want to send a thank you to Young Decoder. He was actually the person that gave me the heads up on this story before I saw it in the news. So thanks for being on it. If you don't listen to my Wednesday night radio show, Young Decoder, a young person in the world teaching this knowledge to people already. And he's become a weekly caller. Always something very intelligent to add. So thank you, everyone. If you have not read my book, I'm telling you, you got to learn this book, learn this knowledge so you can see what's done to us every single day. What happened in Brazil, it's going to happen again and again and again, as long as this world elite is allowed to operate from the shadows, have rule over our governments. All throughout the world we're lied to. We don't have democracies. We have Masonic dictatorships all across the world. And they do this type of stuff all across the world. People of the world need to wake up to it. And if you're out there in Brazil and you speak English and Portuguese, I recommend looking into your language. If I spoke more languages, I'd be doing more gematria study on more languages.